Hi there, welcome to my training on Star Consultants. And that is a program that's going to show that you have income. It's a program Mary Kay designed herself to promote consistency. Consistency in your business, whether you are very hobby or a side hustle. If you are if you want to make money, you want to have the activity that makes you a star consultant. Activity below star consultant each quarter produces some cash flow, but not really an income. Activity star consultant level and higher definitely gives you income. The key is consistently. It doesn't mean you're working your business 24/7 to be a star. In fact, as your customer base grows, you may want to make it a goal to become a star consultant just on your reorders, which you definitely can do. I do that right now. Um, you don't have to be in Mary Kay over 40 years to do it, though. It doesn't take that long, really. So keep in mind your desired income level and I'm going to give you a chart, show you a chart. And this is where you can decide what activity level you want, what type of income you want. So you're going to focus on consistently having a weekly target. So the first target is Star Consultant status of Sapphire. So the Sapphire is your beginning status. It's 1,800 wholesale over a 3-month period. That's not all at once. It's cumulatively ordering. Well, consistently, it turns out monthly. If you want to do it on a monthly basis, it's 600 wholesale a month. That will give you $1,800 wholesale minimum over the 3-month quarter. And check with me to make sure what quarter you're in and what are the starting dates and the ending dates. So you get that. So you get that correct and you don't miss anything. So that's 1,800 wholesale means you are consistently on average averaging $300 retail sales per week. So it can be 300 straight across the board, but generally it's not. You're selling more, maybe selling a little less, 200 one week, 400 in other weeks. See how that can average $300. So you're going to then divide that money 60/40, and that can be monthly. You may want to order once a month. You may want to order more often. 60/40, 60% you're reinvesting in your business, products to have on your shelf, products if you're doing CDS orders to send to your customers. Of that, 3,900 in retail sales that you've had, that 300 weekly times 13 weeks in the quarter is 3,900. That breaks down 60%, 2,340. 40% is your profit, $1,560 over that 13 weeks. It averages about $120 a week. $120 a week doesn't sound like very much, but if you're working this very hobby, very part-time, that's not bad. Put it away, put it away, put it away. At the end of the 13 weeks, you have at least $1,560 if your average weeks have been $300 retail sales. Okay, that's not bad. That's a good chunk of change. Then let's say you up your goal to Ruby Star level. That means you're ordering an average of 2,400 in the quarter, which breaks down to ordering 800 wholesale per month. All right, over the 3-month period. $400 retail average sales over the 13 weeks gives you retail sales of 5,200. Break that down into your 60/40. 40% is your profit, 2,080. 60% you are reinvesting, that is 3,120. That 40%, 2,080, that's pretty good over 13 weeks. If you're just putting it away, not touching it, that's a good amount. What do you want to do with your profit? That's what I want you to determine. When you determine what you want your profit is your goal in a 13-week period, or is it something in a shorter period, something in a longer period? So figure that out. Have a plan. When you just do whatever happens, happens, not a lot happens. Then you can get discouraged. So I don't want that for you. So your profit weekly turns out to be $160 over the 13 weeks. Like I said, if you put it away over those 13 weeks, it's 2,800. Let's up it to Diamond. Diamond Star, 3,000 wholesale average. That's averaging $1,000 a month over the quarter. that's averaging $500 weekly sales. 13 weeks gives you weekly sales of 6,500. Split that 60-40. Let's see if I can share this so you can see what I am talking about. Okay. So now I'm here at Diamond. 40% is your profit of that 6,500. 2,600. 60% you'll reinvest. That's for product that you're even either having on your shelf or you're directly shipping to the customer, or a combination. Does not have to be one order, it can be cumulative. And there's also that cushion for shipping, for sales tax that you get reimbursed from your customer, as you know, and maybe any sales aids or Section 2. So Emerald, now you're upping your activity, upping your profit goal, and upping your profit. Emerald Star means you are ordering 3,600 wholesale over the 3-month period, which averages out to be 1,200 wholesale a month if you're ordering monthly. 600 retail and sales, customer sales, 600 times your 13 weeks averages $7,800. Break that down 60-40. 40% profit, 3,120, reinvesting 4,680. Your profit approximately $240 retail a week. This is doable even with somebody with a full-time job. It's holding 1 or 2 parties a week and then your customer reorders. Okay, Pearl Star. This is where you get into the area of being on the National Court of Sales, which is averages out to, well, not averages out, you need to order, well, that's in a retail figure. That's 40,000 retail, which generally is 20,000 wholesale. I say generally because sometimes there's different deals the company does, 55%, maybe 60%. When you take advantage of that, you end up actually ordering less than 20,000 wholesale. But let's just strictly talk about Star Consultant. Pearl Star, the top of the ladder of Star, is 4,800 wholesale per quarter, and that's averaging 1,600 wholesale orders to the company per month when you break it down like that. Your 700 is averaging $700 in weekly sales times 13 weeks, $9,100. That means you have a good solid customer base of 100 to 150 customers, I would say, because I can do that. And that's about what I have. 40% is your profit, 3,640, and you're going to reinvest 60%, 5,460. Your profit approximately 280 retail for 13 weeks. Again, on a weekly basis, that doesn't sound like a lot, but this is still part-time. You will up your Star credits when you have new qualified, Great Start qualified team members in that same quarter. So that's important to know too. So you can earn incredible prizes. I usually take Amazon gift cards, or this time I took Visa gift cards I'm going to use for hotel stays, theme parks, whatever you want. You're also the preferred listing in the Mary Kay Consultant directory. When people are looking for a Mary Kay consultant, Star consultants will be recommended to those people first. And when you are an all-star, that means all 4 quarters in a Mary Kay year, you will get extra points towards your prizes. So that's how the Star Consultant program works. Set a goal, decide. You have a plan right here. This is a plan that has been made by the company for you to follow. So you figure out what income you want, and that will help determine what your activity is. Or you're going to figure out the time you have available and what activity that will give you. And that's also going to show you what's your average income potential with that activity. And we can talk specifically with your circumstance and your goals to map out a plan also. That's what I've got. Thank you for being here and learning all about the Star Consultant program. Bye for now.